Second shift, crew. And this one starts in a seat you have probably been sitting in. American Airlines just announced the biggest revenue quarter in the company's entire history, and the press release says so right in the headline. Now, if a company sets an all-time revenue record in the same summer your ticket got dramatically more expensive, there is a question worth asking before you applaud. Whose money set that record, and where did it end up? The filing answers both, friends, in detail.
The claim, exactly as published, and it is the title of the release itself. American Airlines continues to execute on commercial priorities, delivering highest quarterly revenue in company history. Execute on commercial priorities. That is a sentence about skill, friends. It says, "We ran this business well, and the record proves it." Hold that framing, because the very same document, a few paragraphs down, tells a different story about the same money. First, credit where it is due, because the revenue is not a trick. $16.7 billion came in the door this quarter, up 16.3% over last year. That is a genuinely enormous number. More money than this airline has ever taken in over 3 months. And Chief Executive Robert Isom says demand ran ahead of the company's own expectations. Every bit of that is real, friends. The question is not whether the money arrived, it is how long it stayed. Here is where it went. Look at the fuel line in their own income statement. Aircraft fuel and related taxes, $4.881 billion this quarter, against $2.663 billion in the same quarter last year. Look at the chart, friends. That is an increase of over $2.2 billion, 83% in 12 months. The record revenue did not arrive in a vacuum. It arrived alongside a fuel bill that nearly doubled, and those two facts are not a coincidence. One of them created the other. So what actually reached the bottom line after the record revenue met the fuel bill? $71 million, 11 cents a share. On $16.7 billion of your ticket money, friends, the airline kept $71 million. Run that division with me. That is about 0.4%. For every dollar a passenger handed American Airlines this quarter, the airline kept less than half a cent. A record-breaking quarter, and the margin of a lemonade stand having a rough afternoon. And here is the tell that no press release headline will ever carry. In the very same document announcing the biggest revenue quarter in company history, American cut its full-year earnings guidance down to a range that runs from a loss of 65 cents a share to a gain of 65 cents. Read that pairing twice, friends. Record revenue in the headline and a forecast that now includes losing money for the year in the body. Companies do not cut guidance in a triumphant quarter unless the triumph is not reaching them. Now the fair shake, and this one the airline genuinely earns. American did not set the price of jet fuel. A war did. And by their own account, in that release, they offset nearly 50% of a $2.2 billion fuel headwind inside a single quarter. Friends, absorbing half of a shock that size is real operational work, and the people who did it are not villains. So this desk will say it plainly. The execution claim is not empty. What is misleading is not the work. It is letting the phrase record revenue stand in for good news when the record is the size of the bill that got passed through, not the size of the win. So who actually paid the $2.2 billion? Check your own confirmation email. Fares in July are running 27% above last July, and jet fuel hit $149.40 a barrel in the week ending July 17th. That is the whole chain, friends, start to finish. A war raises the barrel raises the fuel bill raises your fare, and the airline keeps half a cent. You are not paying a company that is getting rich off you. You are paying a company's fuel invoice with a service charge. Ledger it then. $16.7 billion in, $4.9 billion straight to fuel, $71 million kept. Guidance cut, fares up 27%. The record and the fare are the same number read from opposite ends, friends, and only one end got a press release. So when a company announces a record in a year your bill jumped, do not ask how well they executed. Ask who funded it. Because you did not fly on a record quarter. You funded one. See you at the next shift. I'm Marcus, and this is Pixel Politics.